Sponsored by Sierra Nevada Brewing Company. Spark your curiosity.
Hello, welcome. My name is Chase Denton, and I'm the executive chef and co-owner of Moonstone Bistro here in Redding, California with my wife, Tanya. And this is Modern Rural, a history of North State recipes. Now, we, along with KIXE, have been lucky enough to be invited into the backyards, homes, and even professional restaurant kitchens by 5 families who invited us in to try the food that reminds them of home. So come and join us on a food adventure here in the North State. On today's episode, we're going to be visiting Jeannie Lim's, the historic Lim's Cafe here in Redding, California. She's going to make a couple of different dishes. One is a poached chicken with ginger and green onion, very simple traditional dish. And another one is an American Chinese dish that her grandfather invented called Chinese spaghetti. I can't wait to see what that is. I'm Che, it's a pleasure.
Hi, Che. Jeannie.
But thanks for having us in your house.
Sure.
Jeannie, it's a pleasure. All right, so we're here because we want to check out, well, you have special dishes. First of all, Lim's Cafe, I hear rumors it's like 100 years old.
90.
Not, that counts. That counts, right? So your grandfather started this business up on Tehama Street, right?
But it wasn't Lim's Cafe, it was Kim Sing's.
So and then the business moves down here onto what we call Miracle Mile,
Well,
right here in
actually,
Redding.
he started on Yuba Street.
But started on Yuba Street.
Yeah.
So there is a history of business here.
Yeah.
So too, well, that's fantastic.
And then he built this in 1957.
That's right.
Yeah.
It predates
Then
the dam.
they built,
they built the dam.
They built the dam, and then all the businesses came.
So this is you're 3 generations?
Counting my grandfather, yeah.
Yeah. What are we doing today? Like, what are we going to share with the world today?
But we're doing a chicken, and it's called Bak Jam Gai, which
sorry.
translates into Bak Jam Gai. Bak is white.
Jam Gai.
Yeah, very good. It's a white chopped chicken.
That sounds fantastic. That sounds
So
exciting.
it steeps. Clean it, get it ready, you put it in the pot of water, bring it to a boil and shut it off.
So it sounds
and
like you're
leave it.
making a chicken stock, chicken soup. You basically just let it there and kind of braise. Okay.
It just steeps. Well, I do it overnight, but the meat is really
It
special.
sounds
It's
exciting.
just really
So this is more of a
silky.
traditional recipe
Yes.
then. This isn't.
Yes.
That's what we're hunting for anyway.
Yeah,
that's
that's what it
fantastic.
is.
We're excited. So how do you want to go about it? Are we going to follow you back in the kitchen?
Sure,
All right.
come with me.
I'm walking behind the line. I like it down here.
So there's ginger and green onions and a little salt, that's all.
It smells fantastic. It's very clean, simple broth. I can see right through it. It smells fantastic. Right, so chicken in the pot.
Chicken
fresh,
in the
clean
pot,
water.
just
You
cover
said
it.
Ginger and green onion.
Yep.
It smells like lemongrass. It smells fantastic. Just ginger and green
Yep.
onion. A little bit of water
Salt.
and chicken. Salt.
So just chunk the garlic and the green onions and a little bit of salt.
We got the ginger, we got the green onions,
Yep.
we got salt.
That's it.
And it's literally just chicken, water, salt, green onions, and ginger. It looks beautiful. It's gonna make a fantastic broth. All right? And she has one already done, so we're gonna go check it out.
Okay.
So after it's cooked, you let it sit in there and cool,
Yeah.
And so that way-
Because when this morning it was still warm.
and so that way it
did it last
soaks up
night.
all the juices and it just stays plump and moist. Love it.
Oh, wait till you taste it. It's just,
I'm excited.
The meat is just
it's
really
beautiful.
silky.
It didn't fall apart. It's like usually when you cook
Oh.
something for that long, it'll
But
just
you're not cook-
turn to shred.
You just shut it off.
Yeah. It's like chicken tea.
Like tea.
Yeah.
Except it's a chicken.
Right. All right, so we have the chicken. The chicken it's been boiled and then it steeps and it rests
Oh,
overnight.
it's perfect.
It's beautiful. So basically it just sits in its own broth and soaks up all of its own moisture. That meat stays super moist that way. And look, as she cuts into it, you can see the juice just pouring out of it. Look at it. I can squeeze moisture out of it. You can see it dripping. That is fantastic.
Silky.
It is. Mm-hmm. It coats the palate. It's fantastic. So you put it in your mouth and the juice just flows all around your palate. It's just absolutely fantastic.
Thank you. There.
The dark meat captures more of the ginger flavor.
I'll clean this off and then we'll make the dip.
What are we doing now?
So this is the dip. There's a dip.
There's a dip?
Well, you can just do plain oyster sauce.
So what are we doing? I mean, obviously
doing-
you're mincing ginger.
And,
You got green onions.
and green onions. We're gonna heat up the
We
oil.
heat up the oil, put in there. So
Yeah.
okay, so we're gonna make a
So we're
flavored
gonna-
oil, a ginger and green onion.
Yeah.
That's gonna be delicious.
Oh, it is. And a little salt.
So basically exactly the same thing that we have in the chicken.
Actually, yeah.
We're just reinforcing the flavors that's in it. That's wow. Okay, so you get a pretty good mince. So
Oh, they usually do it even finer. But in '76, I think it was, my mom and dad called us. Well, I was in Sacramento. My older sister was in San Jose. My younger sister was here. She says, if you guys don't want to come home and run it, we're going to sell it. So we came.
So what were you? So both you and your sister, what were you doing? Like, you're
I was, because I graduated from Sac State with a business degree when I was working in,
That's helpful.
Abbey Carpet. It is helpful.
Yeah.
I was working at Abbey Carpet's corporate headquarters in Sacramento as a bookkeeper.
As a bookkeeper?
Yeah.
And your parents called and said,
Yeah.
restaurant's going on the market.
Yeah.
And so now you're
Okay.
a restaurateur.
Yeah. So yeah, right. So we're at 45 years.
I mean, did you see that coming? I mean, it's obviously if it really. Wow. You changed your
Yeah.
life. You both just moved back up. We're gonna own a restaurant now. That's
Interesting.
unusual. So we have the rice bran oil.
Yep. Some salt in it.
Just minced
bit.
ginger, green onion, and salt. Same thing that's in the chicken.
Get it real hot.
Yeah, this is gonna sizzle. And so this is basically, it's just a flavored oil. That's what we're doing.
Oh yeah,
You're
actually.
making a beautiful
Yeah.
flavored oil, yeah? Oh look, oh you just poured over the top.
Yeah.
Did you hear that sizzle?
Yeah. So it's kind of roasting the garlic and the ginger and the.
It's so funny, you're doing it the opposite. I expected you to put that
Oh no.
in the wok. No.
No, then it would burn.
And so now we dip our chicken in there, just like that. Took seconds.
Yeah. Fast, easy, and cheap.
Fast, easy, and cheap. Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Most traditional recipes are. Honestly, the best food I've ever had is what we call peasant food.
Uh-huh.
And it was how I was raised, and it's
Yeah.
the type of food I love. It's the food that calls you home. And it's usually 2, 3, maybe 4 ingredients, single pot
Yeah.
cookery. This is beautiful.
Help yourself.
I'm going in.
You want a fork?
Right?
You don't need a
No,
fork.
I don't want a fork. You didn't use a fork. I'm not using a fork. I'm dipping. I'm going to contaminate this whole thing.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, the oil stays clear. This is unbelievably easy, unbelievably simple, and unbelievably good. And it's like you just tear into it. You
Well,
eat
you
it with
can
your
put some-
fingers,
put
chopsticks,
some on
forks.
top.
I don't care. You can make it fancy, I guess, but it's just beautiful.
There, now you
I've
got
already
some-
dipped the
that's
chicken
better.
in there. It's so good. So easy. This is fantastic. Again, I find a lot of the things that I do, I'm overworking for. And when I go and see how it's done traditionally, it's so much easier than I'm fussing
Oh, yeah.
over. And it's just delicious. It's simple and easy and delicious. I love it. You just really need a chicken and a pot and some salt, some ginger, and some green onion. You get this. And it's outstanding. More food? More food.
Chinese spaghetti.
So that is like Chinese spaghetti. I'm betting you named it that so it would be more approachable for
it's
like.
actually special beef tomato chow mein. You brown the beef and take it out because you don't want to overcook it. And then you put in your onions and peppers and you cook those a little bit. Then you throw in the tomatoes. And then, so you got your vegetables in there. And then you put your noodles in there. They're pan-fried noodles. You had ketchup.
I was just going to ask.
Ketchup and sugar, and then you put your beef back in. Most of the thing, this stuff is really, the wok's really hot.
It's good. It's delicious.
Thank you.
It's got a pleasant, sweet flavor to it. I love the texture of the noodles. They have this really pleasant chew. They're fun. I mean, they're not spaghetti noodles, they're what? They're chow mein?
Egg noodles.
Here at Lim's second generation recipe. And it's absolutely fantastic. So,
But you know, there's generations of people here that grew up on this food. American Chinese.
yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, 90 years of
Yeah.
business. I mean, that's a long history. That really is. You should be very proud. And you know, to be able to pull yourself out of what you were doing and come up here and then be able to run a traditional restaurant for 45 years. And by traditional, I mean in the history of Reading for 90 years. I mean, that's a huge amount of growth. Before these streets were here, before the dam was built, I mean, those are big stories. That's big stuff. Most businesses, if they survive 20 years, it's an achievement. So, you should be quite proud. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Chase Stedman, and this is Modern Rural, a history of North State recipes. Don't forget to check out our other episodes at kixe.org. And from our family to yours, may your table always be full.